What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, home of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO legend and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be back. Hopefully, you guys are doing excellent. Taking care of yourself. So, today I'm going to talk to you about a story on TikTok about a man who reports that, that the Russians have figured out a way to track souls after death. And it is interesting. You could say, hey, is this alien related? Well, it's space related. So I'm going to talk to you about that because it's not just, after death stuff. This is actually them tracking the soul in space, it going to another place in space. So let's start off at the beginning. So there's a TikToker. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I can pull it up and put it in the description. That made this video. Okay, the video. He states at the bottom, fake video. However, people have been making video after video after video about this, saying that it's true, it's true, it's true. Meanwhile, this guy's account is filled with fake videos. So I don't know what to think, but I'm going to tell you the story anyway because it is interesting and it could lend itself to the science of the future of us actually being able to track souls. So he stated he went on Google's counterpart over in Russia. He went on he didn't go to Russia, but he went on the internet in Russia from his house in America. No, he's in Australia. And he stated that the Russian version of Google is called Yandex. And when he went on there, they had reported that the Russians have figured out a way to track the soul's location after death. The way that they did this was through a SIC code, or a soul information code. Now, how could they have a soul information code? Well, he stated that they had technology they were able to inject into every atom in the body that would transfer into the soul and give it a code. Now, at first I was like, that's freaking ridiculous. That doesn't make sense at all. I'm thinking code like laser discs and DVDs and stuff like that. But then another person said, well, we're made of codes, right? We're made of codes in general. We have a genetic code. So how is it dissimilar from that? So if you can insert some sort of genetic code, then maybe you can track it in the afterlife. The problem with that is that the soul, it lives in a different dimension according to what I understand. It's like a fourth dimension. It's a thought dimension. You can move your soul through thoughts in the afterlife, or if you come out of your body in this world while your body's still alive. You can literally go anywhere. So anyway, the story goes, as he tells it, that they were able to track this soul, any soul, but the souls in this study, to a brand new galaxy that they were able to find through like the brand new telescope that we have, the James Webb telescope, and it's some Janes 19X496 or something like that, and it's brand new, and it's supposed to be like one of the farthest galaxies that we can see, and it's around the time of the beginning of the universe. So the problem is twofold, right? It's the SIC code. How the hell could anybody create something with our science that could go into an entity of a soul that lives in a dimension that's dissimilar from ours, that doesn't follow the same physics as ours either? We can't begin to understand the physics of a soul when we can't understand the physics of quantum mechanics quite yet either, right? We have ideas and theories and we're starting to test things, but we're nowhere near where we need to be. So he states that they tracked this thing and it moved so fast that they could barely track it. Well, yeah, if it flew so far that it went outside of our galaxy to another galaxy, explain to me how we can track that in real time or in any time. We can barely track. We could barely see other galaxies with a James Webb telescope focusing in on a small piece of the sky for a significant period of time, right? Anytime you see those little clips of space, right? They'll take a clip out of the sky, like a little square out of the sky, and they'll show you how many galaxies are in that little clip, in that little square that's in the sky, on one part of the sky, not even like the entire sky, just a part of the sky. There's literally hundreds of galaxies in there, right? How on God's green earth can the Russians track something in real time to another galaxy? This isn't like the Stargate universe or Stargate television show where we have that kind of technology where we can real time track something. And not to mention the fact that we wouldn't have the technology that we could insert into souls. Now, you could tell me that the government is 150 years more advanced, possibly thousands of years more advanced than we are at this point. I'm 100% with you. We probably have travel capabilities that are unbelievable, technology that's unbelievable. But to track a soul and for it to even come out in the papers or in the internet, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. And I would entertain it if it wasn't for the fact that he wrote in hashtags. So like on TikTok, they have hashtags to categorize videos so that they are seen by more and more people. So you put hashtag, I don't know, baseball, hashtag, whatever your video is about. But to post a fake video, you have to put hashtag fake video. Otherwise, they will take it down. It is censored on TikTok. TikTok censors a lot of things if you're not on it. So to put a fake story up, you got to put hashtag fake video. So this story can't be real, right? Can't track souls just yet, right? Have you heard of this story before? Have you heard of a story similar to this? You may have seen a show called, I believe it's Laboratory Conditions. I believe is what it's called. And it's a 17-minute video. I call it a movie. Can a movie really be 17, 18 minutes? I don't know. But it's got Marissa Tomei in it, and she's a doctor. And in that small video, she plays a doctor that's taking care of patients in a hospital when she finds that a patient that recently died or is about to die has been stolen from the hospital, and she tracks it. She runs outside, sees an ambulance taking off, and she follows it to this warehouse where these university students and professors have this person in an isolated box, and their goal is to track what happens to the soul, to see if there is a soul, to weigh it, to see where it goes, because they have all these sensors around this box. And this is about as close to an idea of tracking the soul as I've seen in any movie, show, or clip. And this small short video is very well done. It's Hollywood level creation. It's got Hollywood other actors in it too. One of the guys from Road Trip, the intelligent guy, and he's been on other shows too. He's really, really great. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but this older guy dies, and they track his soul. But the problem with them tracking it is that they accidentally created a electron net around this like shipping container that has a window in it, basically, so they can see inside of it. And the electron net, keeps his soul inside of it. So the only way that he can get out is if they shut down this net. Well, nobody wants to shut it down because they want to see what happens, where he goes. The problem is that these evil things start to bash into this net, and they're seeing this like weird phenomena where the net is like is bowing in one area, and it's kind of like causing some problems, and it's and they want to see what will happen if they turn off this net, which is now protecting this guy's soul. And what's really interesting is they turn it off, and I don't want to ruin what happens, but I do think that I do think it's kind of like Ghostbusters in theory, right? The idea is to like create enough protons or electrons or whatever you need to capture a soul and capture it with those electrons, protons, whatever it is. But we're talking about an entity that is outside of the realm of our understanding of physics. It's outside of the realm of our dimension. The soul isn't affected by physical means. It can affect, a person's ghost can affect what happens on Earth, though. So that's interesting. So if it can affect what happens on Earth, can we affect it as well? Well, psychics claim that they're able to talk to them. They're able to guide them to the other side. So are we also able to affect them emotionally? Maybe. Physically? I don't know. It is an interesting theory to talk about. It's fun to explore, but I just don't think we're there yet. If you want to check out that video, feel free to type in, SIC code, right, on TikTok. You'll probably see it. Probably see it on YouTube too. But it's pretty clear that it's not legit. Why do I bring this up? I bring it up because it's really an internet phenomenon right now, and I've always been fascinated with soul tracking, or where the soul goes and what happens in the afterlife, and that's what kind of the heart of the meaning of life is. Like, why are we here? Who are we? And that question's always answered, or asked when we're looking at whether or not aliens are real, or whether aliens are here. We'd like to know, hey, what's our purpose in life? Why are we here? What are we supposed to do? What's the goal? And it seems as though that goal is kind of hidden from us, isn't it? It seems as though the only way we can try to find our purpose is either intrinsically within ourselves or extrinsically with, religious texts or some other means. So we're hoping to rely upon our space brothers to find out what is the purpose here and why are we here. How come we don't have a manual? How come we don't have something telling us what we're supposed to do? It just doesn't exist. So until we pass on, we won't know. But those who have passed on with near-death experiences state that love is the answer, love is the key, love is what we're here to do. So, maybe the Beatles were right, Maybe the Beatles were right, It's like, imagine all the people living just for today, Well, I guess that was John Lennon. But you get the idea. Hopefully you guys can love one another. I guess that's the message for this podcast. Hopefully you can love yourself too. Know that we're all here to make mistakes. We're all here and we will make mistakes, but the goal is to learn. Sometimes to learn to love, even in the harshest conditions. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves spiritually, physically, emotionally. Do prayer, do meditation, do Reiki, do healing, do massages, for your loved ones, take care of their bodies too, and it should reciprocate, we heal through touch sometimes, we heal through emotions sometimes and talking sometimes. So do all those things that are going to help your fellow man here on earth, and maybe we'll ascend. All right, guys. Follow through on your hobbies and your goals and your dreams. Continue to question the universe around you. And like I said, take care of yourself physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Until next time, guys, take care. Lockdown Universe out. Peace.